All right, so I was on a plane going up to work, working honest day's work. And I happened to run into this couple, and I ran into this couple, and, you just start talking on a plane. And a lot of times I don't want to talk on a plane. Nobody really wants to talk on a plane.
Never.
But, you meet those kind of people, you're like, you're good people. Like, this is going to be a good time. And one of them is sitting here with me right now, Preston Caffrey, who I met. How long has it been now?
4 or 5 years.
Has it been 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Did I black out a couple?
It feels like it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could have, for sure.
Yes. So when you meet somebody, though, and you actually get along on a plane, if you can get along on a plane, you can get along on anything. It's like getting along in a phone booth. You know what I mean?
True. It's
Yeah.
trauma bonding.
It was trauma bonding. And I found out that not only did Preston steal his wife's business model, but he was launching a fantastic tequila in San Diego. He's launching a tequila that we're staring out right now, which is going to be the tequila of San Diego. And I tried it. And I'm always nervous when I try these things because I'm like, oh, God, I like this person, but I don't want to try his product. And it's not going to be very good. And he pulled it in. He told me all about it. And it wasn't any additives. And it was delicious and beautiful. And I'm like, oh, my God. You have a fantastic product, too.
We do.
You do?
We do.
So all of that is to say, welcome to the Joven Golden Hour Tour. This is a thing. I'm going to help Preston launch this tequila into the stratosphere in San Diego because it is phenomenal. It's beautiful. The guy behind it is a lovely human being. You got great facial hair, too.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
Truly beautiful.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Surrounded
The
by beautiful
plugs.
men on this podcast.
So the whole idea is that we're going to get together with some of our favorite chefs at some of our favorite restaurants and go in and pair some of their dishes with Bebemos. It's a Joven. We're going to explain what that is. It's a little bit of it's a rarity in tequila world. I mean, everybody knows their blancos, they know the reposados, everything else. But a Joven you don't see quite as much, and the story behind it is really good. We are here at Ranch 45 today. And you were the one that picked this one, although I would have picked it if had you not picked it. So
Okay,
I feel like you
perfect.
beat me to it.
Yep.
Preston Caffrey, one of the founders of Bebemos Tequila. Hey, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Anytime. Pause down real quick. Stone Tail Pilots? I mean, I love STP too. I don't know if they're licensing people.
Yeah, I don't think we can. Yeah. I don't think we're going to pay for those rights. Yeah.
I know.
Really, guys? Come on.
I know.
I know,
right?
sorry.
I'm like, come on. I once sat in a hotel room with Scott Weiland when he was coming out of one of his rehab stints.
Oh, no way.
We drank nothing but espresso for an hour and a half. He smoked 2 packs of Marlboro Reds. It was one of the most intense and beautiful conversations. The dumbest moment of my life. I looked at him and I go, you know what? I never really thought I was going to like you guys because you had that song about like she shouldn't have worn that dress and you had that wife beater on. He goes, oh dear God, man, are you dumb? He's like, that was irony. And I was like, oh, okay, now I like you.
Oh.
Yeah. My bad.
I am. My bad.
Yeah.
Totally bad. Yeah, I am a little dumb apparently.
That's really funny. I love that song.
All good? Are we needing to? You all good?
I love it. I'm just pouring myself a little bit just so I have it.
Oh, no, you should.
It should just be sitting.
Okay.
You should.
And you're recording? You all good? Okay.
Get my
All
water
right.
glass out of the way.
Work backwards.
Okay. We're all good. Okay. So he's got a little bit of it straight, which I'm really jealous of. But we have these beautiful cocktails too. Okay. So here's how we're going to organize the show, so we don't go totally off the rails. We're going to start with the process of Bebemos. Back in the day, you and your wife and a bunch of friends. She has a bubbles company where she's bringing different champagnes to people and mailing them to people. It's a mail.
Yeah, it's right to the door.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
You guys are living in San Diego. You say, you know what? That's a really good thing. I like tequila, right?
COVID hit, drinking a lot. I
Okay.
like tequila. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, her business is called We Drink Bubbles, and when COVID hit, it started doing extremely well because people want to boost their door.
Right.
And she was providing clean farm bubbles that arguably some of the best stuff that anyone had ever had, but no one knew because small growers out in Champaign.
Yep.
So her business exploded, and at that same time, me and a dear friend of mine were drinking a lot of tequila. So
You're like, you know what? We should probably turn this into a business.
it was the question, like, hey, does this exist
Yeah.
in Mexico? I mean, in the world of tequila, are there farmers and growers that no one's ever heard of? Is there tequila that's unrepresented? And so we're like, I guess we got to go to Mexico. So we flew down to Jalisco. Yeah.
I'm shocked that there actually was.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, with you think about it, there's not a lot of distilleries
Yeah.
But there are a lot of farmers who are producing incredible agaves, 8-year aged, beautiful piñas, and they know what they're doing when it comes to distilling, and no one's ever heard of them.
My God. Okay, so you take off, and your buddy, you're spending the family's fortune on tequila. You decide to turn that ship around a little bit and maybe actually start to profit from it if you launch the right brand, which you did. So you head down to Mexico.
Yeah.
Looking for the unicorn. The one, the couple. I guess you said there are a lot of farmers down there that haven't been turning it.
There's a couple. Yeah, I mean, so we've got about 5 brands that we represent. With our business, We Drink Tequila. So again, we didn't just copy my wife's business. We even copied the name. That's, I mean,
We went one step further.
yeah, we're just gonna take the name. So part of that was, hey, let's get together with these families, and so we started working with them. And so every quarter, you would get a single bottle from one of these grower producers that no one had ever heard of. That again are making.
And you were
incredible
specifically
tequila.
looking for those unknowns.
Only.
You were the A&R rep of tequila.
Yes.
Going down
Yes.
to find that little band in the garage somewhere, that grower down in, really just farmers.
Farmers,
right?
just farmers, yeah.
And help them get across that line to a tequila.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so and a lot of that was we partnered with a dear friend, Patrick Tracy, who is just the creative directing genius, and to tell these family stories. So we would make mini documentaries about the family, so that everyone could learn, hey, this is what real farming, this is what real agave harvesting and distilling looks like. And so that's what our whole club was about. And then through that, we developed like the dearest relationship with one of our families that we were working with.
Okay.
And that is how Bebemos was born.
And so you developed the relationship with this family, and this family, because when you think about tequilas now, there's a lot of people that have launched tequilas and a lot of celebrities that they're just kind of slapping their name on the same product that that everybody has. I mean, there's that same product is probably in 15, 20 different bottles, with a different additive or something like that.
Yep.
This was a real relationship that you formed when you were down there. They hadn't been able to make the jump to tequila, or they're just
no. I mean, they were not selling their tequilas in America. I mean, they were making small batches. So
okay, got it.
They weren't on the radar. They didn't have the marketing budget. And through developing this relationship with them, they expressed to us that they would love to partner and not sell all of their agaves that they're harvesting every year to the big guys, but they would like to start making more tequila. And so that was how this was born.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, so it's real. This isn't private labeling.
Yep.
It's not celebrity driven. It's none of that stuff. This is just real, pure, unadulterated tequila.
And there's no one else that has theirs. There's you and you. This
You
is
got
you and
the
this.
guy.
Yeah, we made this. So there's no one else that has this juice, no one else that has this blend or formula. I mean, this is us and them.
And you're not just like an app, like someone on the side road. You're not just like sending an email and being like, "Hey, can I test a new product?"
Right.
You guys are like hands on too.
Yeah, I mean, we had spent 4 years, building these relationships. So this is a labor of love and passion and time. And I think part of that is you develop authentic, real friendships, and it wasn't about money. It was about building something beautiful, and then from that, that's when the money comes. But
Yeah.
His name's on the bottle. Maestro Mezcalero Ramon Gonzalez Lara.
that's right.
He's right there.
What's Ramon like?
He's a good guy. He's in the field like 24/7. So
Yeah.
he's I think he showers once a week. But just
Same.
That's what you want.
great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dangerous work too. I went down there. I did a tour down into the fields, and I hung out with the humadors. And you use a little koa.
Yeah, I've done that.
looks
Have you
like
ever?
a pizza peel?
I mean, that they don't cut your foot off.
Oh,
for
it'll
sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've had some close calls myself.
But even the tips of the agave leaves, if those puncture you, you basically die.
Wait, is that true?
Not really, but I mean,
yeah.
What?
Inside,
it hurts
pain.
so bad. Yeah.
Impaled by an agave.
Oh
leaf.
yeah, it would just not be the way to go.
So you guys went down there for 4 years before you found this relationship. I mean,
We had been down there about 2.5 years before
Okay.
we really developed this relationship. Yeah.
okay, got it.
And then over the last 2 years have really dove in with them. I mean, we were at Ramon's 40th birthday party. He's taking over sort of the family legacy from his father, Don Joaquin.
Uh-huh.
And so this is kind of his time to shine. This is
Yeah.
his product to say, like, look, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and to your point, so you have all those growers down there, and what they do is they get those mature piñas, which take a hell of a long time to mature.
Should be 7 to 8 years. Yeah.
7 to 8 years.
Whereas the majority of what's on the market is about 3, which is why they add stuff to it. I mean,
Right.
it tastes green and it's not fresh. I mean, it's
So that's an important distinction to know about tequila if you know
Massively.
anything about tequila. I
Yeah.
mean, they shorten the growing period a lot of times, just like they do with other things. They do it with tomatoes. They do it with apples. You know, they'll pack them onto trains, and then they'll gas them and try to get them to, develop
Yeah,
more
I mean,
flavors.
Wine, all the additives in wine that try to get it to, like crappy bunk grapes to like
Sure.
a more whole finished product that's actually palatable. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the world of processed food.
Yeah. And so with them, they're making all these piñas. They don't want to just sell them to the big guys. They want to create their own. I mean, if you're a dreamer, if you're doing all this work and you're just selling that raw product, you as a family can make more money if you actually make the tequila yourself and then import it.
1,000%. Yeah.
So that's what you help them do.
And that's really what we're doing together
Yeah.
is saying like there's so much that they're leaving on the table, and who they're selling it to aren't honoring the product all the way through.
Yep.
So
Right. Right.
hopefully those people don't watch this and whatever. You're not.
Well, they lost
You're
the
not.
guy. He's yours
Yeah.
now. You got him.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so and this is a Joven. So we alluded to this a little bit. Hey, I kind of want to back up, and well, I'll edit this out. And if I'm going 97 different directions, the editor will make me sound like I actually have a cogent thought process. But Patrick is right over there. The man in the cowboy hat. The man when he walks into a room, everybody starts playing music in your head. Has way more fashion sense than anybody. So possibly you. You look pretty good. Actually, Jackie's kind of a Jackie O kind of thing. I guess it's just fucking me, isn't it?
Save it for the podcast.
See, I got a T-shirt that says "Save it for the podcast." That's it. But this is an important thing. Like you guys got along, and his artistic ability. You look at your branding. You look, if you're going to partner with a farmer in Mexico and you're going to bring it into the United States, you have to create something that sticks out. You have to create something that has a sense of soul, that has a good vibe to it, that has, it's all about, creating that aesthetic that people look at, they're like, whoa, that just looks good. And that's what it is.
Like, I want to be part of that. Like, you see that bottle and, like, the amber, and it's like, you can picture exactly where you go, like, on a velvet modern couch.
I'm in a van
in a beautiful
somewhere.
mid-century living room, and you're pouring for,
Yeah.
there's a vibe right when you look at it.
I'm in a van in a river. Yeah. Maybe smoking a cigarette, which I haven't done in a long, long time. Anyways, okay. So you get the creative product, really,
Yeah.
and that's how you bring it to market, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
our whole aesthetic and vibe is bringing back this coastal late 60s, early 70s, just this like free love era that was beautiful, and especially coming out of post-war, it's like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And the more conversations we've had, I think this is where a lot of people want to be. And so we're just kind of creating that world, almost like a culture.
Yeah.
Endless summer.
Yeah. Endless summer. It's peace, love, fish tacos, and Bebemos. What
Absolutely.
what else do you need?
Yes.
Sounds like San Diego to me.
Grateful Dead with a little
Yes.
hot sauce. The with Joven. So Joven is
Yes.
it's a mix of young and old, which is basically like my marriage. But I'm older than that. So it's a mix. Tell us exactly what a Joven is.
Yeah. I mean, so Joven in Spanish means young.
Yep.
In tequila, we like to say that it means youthful wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is just a blend of unaged
Yeah.
tequila with aged tequila. And
Yep.
so with Bebemos, what we did is we're doing it again with the heart of the hearts, the true cuts when you're distilling, and it's a blanco, a reposado, and an añejo.
Okay,
so
got it.
all three in one. It's kind of we say it's the,
The
last
Father, the Son,
tequila
and the
you'll
Holy
ever need.
Ghost.
So
Okay.
it's like displaying
Trinity.
Yeah,
it's all
the
of it.
purity of the product in the non-aged version, right? So like that'll
100%.
shine through, and then the aged versions are, you see what the mezcalero, the maestro can do with
Yeah.
his barrels and how. So it's like all those nuances
Yeah,
come
it's
in
like
that one
spices
flavor.
and
Yeah.
I think again you've got
It's like spices. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got the purity of this blanco, kind of this tender agave, and then it moves into this like body and sweetness with the reposado.
Yep.
And then with the añejo, you've got this again the spices all from the barrel and this richness, and so it's got everything in there, which is why it pairs so well with everything on this table.
Because it's a tequila mirepoix.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a meritage. It's got
Yeah.
everything that you need.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And you guys did think about food when you guys were actually doing this, too. right?
1,000. I only think about food.
You guys should have seen. So we came in at Ranch 45, and you're the one that picked this. And I'm going to get into this now. What I'm staring at right now is a pile of roasted bone marrows, because Ranch 45, and we'll bring in Chef DuVal here in just a couple minutes, but Ranch 45, we've all known Brandt Beef for the longest time. Every chef that you've talked to in the last 10 to 15 years has said, look, Brandt does it right. They just make good food. They treat their animals right. They give a damn, and therefore you can taste it in the quality of the meat. Like roasted bone marrow luges, which we are going to do a little bit of tequila through that luge, I believe. Are we doing this?
We're doing it.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
It's Monday afternoon. What
You
else
actually
would
don't
we
have
be
an
doing,
option.
Troy?
Yes. Oh, I'm so into this. This is the best podcast I've ever been on. Pastrami sandwich over here, which is cold smoked. They bring it in with little Swiss cheese and Dijon mustard.
It's the best sandwich in San Diego. It's literally the best thing I've ever eaten.
I agree with you.
No, it's insane.
That is
Yeah.
the best sandwich. Is honestly the best sandwich in San
Yeah.
Diego. It's so good. You got your tacos here. We got burgers. Well, why did you specifically pick Ranch 45? What? Because you guys you're working with the bones and the talent.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, great question. I've known Eric Brandt for years. I coached his son football. We're dear
No way.
friends. Yeah, absolutely love their family.
Yeah.
And the fact that they happen to have the best beef in America, it just helps.
You need one friend like that in the crew, right?
You need
You
a friend like that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
beef guy.
The beef guy.
Yeah, I've got a freezer at my house, like a freezer for a human body, and it's just filled with Brandt beef.
That's good. I got a couple human bodies I need to get rid of. Okay.
You need, yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Can you edit that part out of the other podcast? That'd be great.
Put it back in. Put it.
So they are. I mean, and if you haven't been down to Ranch 45, and again, we'll talk to DuVal here in a second. But I mean, they've expanded it now, and this is basically the place in San Diego where you can come and you can look at every single cut of what you want to order. And if you're having steak and eggs that morning, you can look at the case and go, "Hey, can you take that out of the case right there, and then put it on the flat top and make me, steak and eggs?" It's awesome. And the tallow. Big things of tallow, as I understand, you're supposed to rub it on your body morning, night, and what's the routine?
I don't know, but I've heard of it. It's good for your skin.
Okay.
It gives you collagen.
Just,
I'm personally
just rub it on your body and
Yeah.
trust
Just
us.
rub-
That's,
yes.
that's it.
I'm happy eating
Don't ask
it.
questions.
I'm
That's
gonna
it.
eat it. We have
Yeah.
the fries here and the onion rings. I assumed fried in that tallow, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is that is not fried in that tallow, but washed in that tallow is the drink that you have here with
100%.
Bebemos.
Yeah, so this is Brandt beef tallow washed Bebemos, old fashioned.
Oh, that's
You know what it goes really well with? The pastrami sandwich. Because it's like spices on spices, but then again, you have that base layer of a clean beef taste and then that
Yeah.
clean, unaged tequila, and then all the layers come in after with it. It's amazing.
Dear God, that's good, man.
It's good. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Historic pairing.
Yeah. And again, it's that base product. I mean, an old fashioned. I mean, this has got that big. You got this little piece of beef jerky on a little cocktail.
I mean, but
stick.
take that bite. DuVal made that special for the drink, and feels like you're eating a steak.
That is a steak with a cherry sauce.
Yep.
Amazing.
Come on.
It's brilliant.
And I'm just going right into the microphone. Okay,
Asthma.
so let's talk a little bit about. And I remember the first question that I asked you about this tequila. I said, "Look, are you doing additives?"
No.
That is a firm no.
Firm no.
That
No,
was
there's
again
just not necessary.
right. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the additives that you can. And we're not ripping on anybody. There's reasons why
No, no,
people
no.
started
No,
additives.
it's just consumer education. We're letting
Right.
people know what might be in the tequila you're already drinking
Right.
and what's not going to be in this one.
Well, and it's not even a bad thing sometimes because honestly, Americans love vanilla. They love vanilla. They like
They like sweet things. They like big flavors. or they
cake
think
batter.
They do, right?
All those flavors.
I mean,
so they're
Cotton candy, yeah, all of them are in there.
right. So there's four. If you open up some of your favorite tequilas and you open it up and it smells like a birthday cake, and it's most likely there's four additives I think. And correct me if I'm getting this wrong. It's glycerin. It's oak chips.
Oh, yep.
Okay, oak you can add. You can basically add like a simple syrup.
Yep.
Um,
Sweetener, yeah.
Which is called.
Well, they have a bunch of different. I mean,
There's a bunch.
yeah. In all reality, there's it's like a pantry.
There's a
of
lot you
stuff
can
you can
do.
play with. Yeah,
Right.
I've seen them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the education for me, when I was talking to a 3-star Michelin Beau de Bois, who I know you know as
Yeah.
well, Beau de Bois is telling me about tequilas. He's like, look, and this was a few years back. He said, if you're still drinking stuff with, for me at least, with additives, I think you need to try to go to a place where you're not adding things, because you're actually tasting the plant. You're tasting what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with additives, but it's not what that plant is. It's not what the tequila is.
We like to say it's just it's a pre-batch cocktail. So I mean,
That's what it is.
if you want to have that, that's totally fine. But just
Awesome.
know that you're not drinking tequila.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, is that it can be called tequila
Yep.
when it's really a tequila cocktail.
Yeah.
So, that being said, when you do things right, you don't need to add additives to get a lot of those flavors. When you harvest 7 to 8 year aged piñas
Yep.
and you roast them long and slow, you're going to get sweetness. I mean, it's
Yeah.
an agave plant, so it is sweet.
Right.
You don't have to add sweetness, but if you harvest after 3 years, it's not. And if you want it, you have to add it.
And we were talking about this before we got on the podcast, is that you said what we do is we pick the pairings. We go down and we pick the agaves that we want to use that time.
Yep.
You're helping in that process. You only pick them when they're 7 to 8 years. You get rid of you were telling me the high and the low that you get rid
Cuts, yeah, when you're distilling. I mean,
Mhm.
so I won't go into a full process of how to distill.
I'm a nerd.
Honestly,
but give
tell
me,
us about
give
it.
me that one
Yeah.
primer was beautiful.
Okay. Well, so I mean, really look at it like a bell curve. When you first start the still, the liquid that comes out of that is pretty poisonous.
Yeah.
Tons of methanol, ethanol, and it's rich. And if you drink it, it'll blind you. It's
That's
So-
the moonshine.
yeah, that is the moonshine. You
Yeah.
don't want that.
Yeah.
So what happens is when that starts to get sweeter and a little better, and you're like, okay, it's not as poisonous, what they'll do is they'll make the first cut. So then
Yeah.
they start saving the liquid from there. So bell curve, this is all good stuff, and then it starts to degrade.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to make the next cut and let the rest of that run out, so that you're
Got
just
it.
taking the middle cut.
First pancake, last pancake.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then you distill it a second time and do the same thing,
Mhm.
because tequila is double distilled.
Yep.
So the magic here is when you make your cuts. The closer you make it to the middle, it means that you're leaving out more tequila, which
Sure.
then
You're leaving some product on the floor.
that's exactly. And you want obviously to be profitable. So you're like, where do I make these cuts to
Yeah.
still make money but also get the best juice? Well, the beauty is that we're taking the heart cut,
Yep.
and then we're taking the heart cut again with Bebemos. So in that, it is pure, perfect tequila that
Yeah.
doesn't need to be messed with.
Yeah.
The only thing that we do is we take away from our tequila. So it's not
Mhm.
what we put into it, it's what we take out of it.
Right.
So we filter it. And that's it. And the filtering is really just filtering out any of those impurities that
Is there
weren't
ever
already there.
any time when you were like, man, we are really taking out a lot of the juice that we've actually spent 8 years growing and really and distilling, and you look at it, you're like, I mean, that branding cost a little bit of money. Like, why don't we just take a little bit of that first cut, that shitty pancake, and put it in? Nobody's really gonna
Make
notice.
a handle.
And then you pull yourself back.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, the beauty is that there is a place for that juice.
Yeah.
It's just not with us.
yeah.
So it doesn't go to waste. It just goes to someone else.
So you're taking there's artichoke heart, which is the best part of the artichoke.
Yes.
And then you're taking the best part of the artichoke inside of the artichoke heart.
Yeah.
It's the heart of the heart of the
Everybody
heart.
else is getting the crumb on the leaves.
Yeah. That's it.
It's like when I share an artichoke with my wife. I get the leaves, and then
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, you were doing that for me, right?"
She gets the Bebemos.
Yeah, she gets the Bebemos.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. What else? We talked about additives. So you guys are launching in San Diego. Why San Diego? I mean, what is San Diego culture? Why, specifically, when you came into me that first day, you're like, I want to be the tequila of San Diego. I mean, obviously you live here, you're from here, you're really enmeshed in the culture. Every time I bring up a place I don't think you're gonna know, But why focus so much here? What do you love about San Diego?
I mean, yeah, this is my home. I'm in love with it, and I think the thing is that San Diego has been underrepresented when it comes to tequila.
Amen.
specifically.
Thank God. Praise Jesus.
And
Sorry.
Sorry. And I think part of that is just it's a tough market, and people don't want to try to break into it.
Yeah.
And they're so busy with, I don't know if it's pride or whatever, but they want to be global.
Yeah.
Right. So anybody that's launching a tequila brand, they want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yep.
We want to be here. This is our home. We want to own our backyard, and we want to do it the right way. We want to build the right relationships. We want to partner with chefs. We want to partner with clothing brands. I mean, we want to be
Yep.
immersed in this culture because we love it.
Yeah.
And then what happens from here is whatever happens.
Because San Diego is
Yeah.
actually a test market, right? Like I know McDonald's and other food companies and other CPG companies, they use San Diego as the prototype market for a lot of things that they roll out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think we have so many different demographics here. We're obviously an international border. We have there's just so many confluence factors here. So it's kind of a
And
nice
we're
market
hard to
test
please.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't we,
We
have
are.
the most tequila
We
drinkers in the
seem
country?
mellow, but we're kind of hard to please.
Yeah.
We are. No, it's so true. And isn't it something? We have the most tequila drinkers in the country.
Yeah, we
Is that
are.
it?
Well, the cool thing is we're the booziest city
it,
per
okay.
capita in the country.
I knew that.
We spend
I
more
didn't know that
money
until recently.
on household income in San Diego.
With 275 days of sunshine, you tend to get parched, and there are options when you feel that parched feeling.
I don't know if
and
I
some
would've
of them are more
guessed it.
entertaining than others.
Well, also, this isn't like a nighttime party town as much as some other cities are. This is a day drinking town, right? So I think in my own head, because again, like I'm from New York, when I think like going out drinking, I think of like nightlife. And we're a day drinking town, so I'm realizing like the vibe here, like there is so much going on.
Yeah.
It's just not in the traditional nighttime going out clubbing sense.
yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah,
Bo-
it's-
boat drinks,
Yeah.
Oh,
bicycle drinks. Yeah. Not that we're
sunrise, a
drinks.
sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there's
There's a lot
endless
of-
opportunities.
A lot of things that need toasting here.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, and they each deserve their individual little toast.
Yeah.
All right. So, in order to get, so this is big. This is like your week and a half.
This is a big week. Yeah.
Okay. So, how long have you been working on this project now?
A little over 2 years.
Okay. So, 2
Yeah.
years. You've been marching slowly towards, I mean, you've had email after email after email after meeting after meeting after tear after tear after, dream after dream.
Yeah.
After giggle
After drink.
after drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're finally here. Like, you're launching this thing in San Diego, Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's wild.
I know.
Wild
How you
that it's
feeling?
here.
You feel
I
good?
need a nap. Yeah.
This is when you need to start, Preston.
No, this is the craziest part, right? Is that
Yeah.
everything, all the work to lead up to this point
Yeah.
is just to lead up to way more.
Way
More. And I'm excited about it. I mean, in
Yeah.
all reality, it's there's nothing that I've been more excited about in a really long time. And
Yeah.
it's right. It's the right thing at the right time.
Well, and plus it gets to bring you into kitchens, man.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you got to be
This is-
part of the San Diego's food culture.
Yeah.
Period. You know, I mean, you're creating something that would go along with what they create as well.
Yeah.
Like you and DuVal were speaking the same language before this. We're going to bring him here on in a second. But so just to clarify with you guys, what we're doing over the next 6 weeks, we do 6 episodes. We're going to 6 of our favorite restaurants, and we're going to bring in Bebemos. And we're going to have, both food that we just...
12.
Is it 12?
20.
20.
I thought we'd just keep upping it.
We could,
Great.
but it is 12. Double that. We're going on a year-long tour, my friends.
Hey, Amen.
This is the best news I've
This
had
is like
all
the
day.
Gilligan's Islands of podcast tours.
All right. Do we get to do bone marrow luges
Every
one?
single time.
I think we can.
Okay,
I think we
pastrami
can do whatever we
sandwiches?
want.
Okay.
We haven't done one yet, by the way.
I know. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 12 to 20, possibly 35 different restaurants throughout San Diego. And we're going to show you some of my favorite dishes, some of Preston's favorite dishes, some of Jackie's favorite dishes. And then we're going to have a damn good time and launch a damn good tequila that has, yes, it's fucking pretty. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers
Come
to
on.
that.
Cheers
man.
to that.
I mean, and
We're
it's a
launched.
San Diego product that somebody actually gives a damn about it. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much.
That is delicious.
It's really freaking good,
I'm
man.
obsessed with it.
Good for you. It's medicine.
Okay. All right. Let's bring on the chef.
It's the herbal qualities.
All right. So now we brought in our chef. So I've known you. I've known it now for, God, I want to say it's been 10 years in San Diego, but am I making that up?
No, it's been about that long.
It has been about that long.
Yeah.
So how did you meet this guy? I mean, that was like, it was either a lucky day or an unlucky day. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But I mean,
He's my beef guy. Like,
that's your beef guy.
if he's the first person that comes in and buys cases of beef.
Oh, no way.
So he was doing a Lion's diet,
Okay.
and he's buying, he ate liver, heart, spleen, ribeye, beef bacon. That was his order.
Oh,
All
my-
true.
So you were known as the beef guy.
No, my beef guy.
Oh, his beef guy. I thought you were the beef guy. I was
Yes.
like, whoa.
Dude, you did
all
the
true.
Lion's diet. How was that?
True. It was. I mean, it was hard
Yeah.
for sure, but it was probably one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life.
Just transformed your musculature?
Oh, I felt
Yeah.
so good too. Best sleep I've ever had. I mean, my inflammation went down massively. I have too much information, but early onset arthritis,
Okay.
and it
Yep.
all but went away.
Oh, wow.
And then I got my blood tested before, and then after, and my cholesterol went down.
So he's your Dr. Oz.
Oh yeah, he saved my life.
Notice a really well-acclaimed doctor that I
That's
just
right.
pointed out.
That's right.
The doctor of beef.
The doctor of
Beef doctor.
Yeah.
I'll take
Ooh,
it.
I like
Little
that.
do you know, your mom was sending you to get your PhD at Brandt Beef.
Hey, Brand, that's it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll
All
take
right,
it.
DuVal, give us a little bit of background of Brandt Beef, Ranch 45. We started. It started what? I would say has it been
We started by 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we were half the size that we were here,
Mm-hmm.
and we just kind of expanded over the last year and just leaned into more of this beast aspect. Typically, the beginning of the year, everyone's on New Year's resolution. No one wants to eat meat. Everyone wants to be healthy. And then with the emergence of this Lions diet, the carnivore diet, everyone's buying beef now. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's awesome because
Amen.
Amen.
And
Are
it's-
you still? Is he still on the Lion's diet? Are you?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I just
he's-
eat a lot of meat.
I was going to say,
Okay,
how does
got it.
tequila
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
into the lions?
Oh, it fits in.
diet?
Lions love tequila.
right.
Mhm.
Totally
Yeah.
fits in.
Totally, absolutely. Yeah, there's some of those Guadalajara lions.
Yes,
Of
indeed.
course.
Sorry.
Yes,
Forgot.
absolutely. All right, so about 2018, this is started by, basically an extension of Brandt Beef.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And that
got
was the whole idea of this restaurant, is that so the local community, local chefs could come in and try this beef. And we used to have a test kitchen where we would cook with other chefs and other collaboratives to come in. And now it's like customers can come in and say, you know what, I want a ribeye for my steak and eggs, or I want a filet or top sirloin, and
Yep.
a bavette, which not a lot of people really know about. But you can come in and pull it right out of the case, and we'll cook it, within the next 10 minutes.
I'm looking at that case right over there. It's not unstocked too, man. You got
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple options.
Everything.
Everything.
Anything from the counter you want, we can get it.
Yep. And you got the bone marrows. Let's see. You have
We have-
dry aging steaks in the ready phase. Up next, perfecting our age, and then brand new.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. So how long do you age?
So we dry age from 28 to 30 days. So we do wet age 50 days and then dry age from 28 to 30.
Okay. So I love the fact that you expanded that butcher shop because I like the first concept for sure.
Absolutely.
And we all love Brandt Beef, but I was like, you need something else in here, man. And we don't have enough butcher shops in San Diego. It's a lost art.
That's it. I think it's maybe 6 butcher shops left in San Diego.
Yeah.
With one of the Heart Tip Top that just closed,
Yep.
which is, was sad. But between us and North County, there's a couple other butcher shops in the area.
Yeah.
Wazox on the butchery, Sepulveda sells Brandt. And so it's a lost art.
Yeah.
And it's great that we're here because now we can educate people on what to buy. Because
Yeah.
most people will go
What are
to
you
the-
cooking? What do you do? You
Correct.
think you want that, but maybe you want this. Have you checked
Absolutely.
out this cut?
And you have
Well,
different cultural cuts like picanha and
Absolutely.
stuff that that'll be very common in other countries like in Argentina, but like you may not ever see here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's this the aspect of when they come in and like, oh, I want to cook for 5. What are you cooking? I want a ribeye. Are you doing gas grill, charcoal? You doing a cast iron? So these are just the little tips that we give here and just helping people out. And we, what do I season it with? We go salt and pepper. If you want to do something different, we have it here. We have marinades here that we do in-house. And it's a great opportunity for people to come taste the food here and then go home and cook it.
You're just a beef sommelier.
That's
There you
that's a
go.
new one.
I kind of like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good gig.
The feeder of lions, beef sommelier.
That's it. I like
Yeah.
it.
All right.
That's a good tattoo.
The and you know what I love? So obviously, Brandt Beef has the cattle operation and everything else. So these tacos that you serve here, these are served to the workers on the ranch, right?
Absolutely.
This is like the taco of all the hard working men and women who take care of the.
Absolutely. So we have a restaurant or 2 kitchens at the beef plant called Kitchen
Yep.
45.
Yeah.
And so this is our ode to them and what they do down there. So we brought their recipe here, their marinade, and we just kept it all the same and just paying respect to them and what they do.
Love that.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's an honest taco too. I mean, you got good meat like that. You don't finger paint on a Picasso, man. You didn't overdo it.
That's it.
You just did a little bit of basic seasoning here, and then you got your fresh avocado and your fresh, pico de gallo, and you're all good.
That's it. It's the
Yeah.
Michael Jordan of meat.
It's a Michael Jordan of meat. That's what it is, man. All right. So you've been here a few times.
Just a couple times.
You've eaten the Lions diet at this place.
Yes.
What is your favorite order?
Oh, jeez.
Everything.
I was gonna say.
I'll take the case.
As far as it comes, I mean, I could eat that pastrami sandwich for the rest of my life.
I was going to say, you
but-
have 5 minutes to live. What's the order?
Yeah, but I mean, everything in that case. I love to eat different cuts. It's
Yeah.
never the same one.
Okay.
I definitely order the most ribeye,
Yeah.
just because
It's just the best
you get
steak.
and you get two real cuts in that. You get the eye,
Yeah.
and then that beautiful cap.
That's
Yeah.
my cut too.
Yeah, the decal is
I feel your meat vocabulary is extensive. It's
But we
He's
owned a
a
butcher
beef
shop
man.
when I was a kid, so yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Italian grocery stores up in the Bay Area. So
oh hell yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
so
Oh, okay.
I stocked wine when I was a little kid, and right behind me was the butcher counter. So from
Oh,
that,
no way.
became a good friend with Tony, the butcher. We
The
were-
butcher's always named Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
And we were eating raw meat together, and I mean, it was really cool stuff.
DuVal, no offense. Your name is now Tony.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no,
It's fine.
I apologize to your mom. Okay, so why is that pastrami sandwich? Tell me what that is. Why
So-
is it so good?
So the pastrami sandwich, I mean, it starts with a great product.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Eric has, is another restaurant in Fresno.
Eric Brandt, one of the family owners of Brandt
of
Beef.
Brandt Beef.
Yeah.
There's another restaurant in Fresno called the Meetup.
Okay.
And so they serve this sandwich there, and Eric's like, you know what, we need it here.
Yeah.
And so that is really the epitome of Ranch 45 is, Eric Brandt, he pays homage to people who support him.
Yep.
And so we bring it here and just give people, our little taste of where we've been through and where everybody is and where
Yeah.
the beef is. And so you can actually look up all these places and say, oh, this place is there. I can get that sandwich here.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, that thing is, I mean, that slayed me. I'll never be the same again, as a mouth christening. I mean,
I said like 10 times, this is the best sandwich I've ever eaten.
I know.
Like to no one in particular.
dumb.
I just had to say it.
you've actually cooked that sandwich at events that we've done together.
Absolutely.
And I've never had a chance to actually try it because you're too busy and the line is too long.
Well, I mean, that's a good problem to have.
It is a very good problem to
Yeah.
have.
We
man.
did the best. It was the best of North County.
Yeah.
I did 950 pastrami sandwiches that night.
The line for this man's sandwich was like, it started in North County, ended in South County,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, like
It was epic. I looked up and it was more people.
you need your global entry card to get into
Yeah.
that line in North
I
County.
need that for next year. I need a little small pool and an AC because it was hot.
Just slinging pastrami sandwiches from like a little kiddie pool with ice in it.
Okay.
You can see it.
So now we've talked about, we have this roasted bone marrow, which you basically do in like what, SP and a little bit of lime?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Don't mess with a good product?
Just leave it alone.
Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of bone luge.
Yeah,
this
I think
is
you should.
the first time I ever did this was at Guy Fieri's house, and I'm like, this is the most Guy Fieri
I was
thing
going to say, that's fitting.
in the world. I'm like, I think it was his femur. I'm
Oh,
not sure. You know what I mean? He's like, I'll grow another one by tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like, where does he get his bones from?
So, all right. So we had this actually at the Delaware Wine and Food Festival as well. So what you have here is this beautiful bone marrow, and then what you're going to do is you're going to desecrate it with. Actually, you're going to. I don't know which one you're
You're
desecrating.
gonna
because
consecrate
You
it.
have
Yes.
two amazing products
word.
in the same little luge. It's essentially an Olympic sport, and since it's 2 p.m. on a Monday, I figured I would start my day off by doing this. Can I get a little? Oh, Preston, thank you very much.
I like the
So-
Freudian slip where you tried to convince yourself it was Friday. It is
I
not.
know,
It is
not.
Monday.
So you got all this like meat butter, which I call right here, and this tequila. Well, basically, it's kind of like deglazing a pan, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm basically doing a cooking Le Cordon Bleu. Oh my God, it's still so good. That's a fat wash cocktail in my hand. It's being made right there.
How good is that?
That is so good.
Her hands are glistening in tequila and meat juice.
And now you
soul-
just rub that on your
My
face. It's
soul
really.
is glistening. A little war paint here, man.
It's great because you're supposed to put the tallow on your on your face, right? It's like good for your skin. Dude, you are living.
You know what's funny? Is I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought I was going to lose some magic from the tequila, and I was going to lose a little magic. No, they came together, and it was like a perfect bolt-on of
See,
flavor.
Yes.
consecrated.
Yeah, they love each other.
They do love each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, no. That's a healthy relationship, man.
That's it.
That
That was talent.
All right. So we've been yapping on and on and on, and I hope we have good editors to edit this down. Well, before we leave here, we've talked about the sandwich, we've talked about the tequila. I want to talk about those two desserts really quickly, DuVal, because you've got actually
Yeah,
a
what's
dessert
going on
in a
here?
bone marrow.
Absolutely. So Preston uses up all our bones, so I have to figure out what.
So
to
whatever
do
you got left in the back.
with left in the back. And so this one is just some chocolate cheesecake filling, some toasted marshmallows and chocolate. So this is our bone marrow s'mores.
Okay.
And then over here
The
is
presentation on that one is like Saw 7. It's great.
That's it.
It's a little
This
beautiful-
cheesecake is nuts.
And
Sorry
this
to
is a-
interrupt, but we have to talk about the
And then
cheesecake.
this cheesecake.
This is a beef tallow bass cheesecake with a port wine berry compote.
It's the
Simple.
best cheesecake in the world.
It's the best cheesecake.
No, it's the best cheesecake in the world.
But we use beef in everything we do here. So
And that's one of the things. I mean, look, you talk about like ethically doing anything. You know, I mean, you talk about growing piñas as long as you possibly can, and having a healthy, sustainable relationship with the farmers, and helping them get to a product that will actually help their family grow. You talk about ranching, and we all know tip to tail. I mean, you've got to use the entire animal. You guys use everything. That tallow is in that cheesecake.
absolutely.
Yeah, so as much as you possibly humanly can from an animal, if you're going to give up a life, you're going to use the whole damn thing.
Everything.
Yep.
And we use the tallow for soap. We use the tallow for hand cream, for lip balm,
Yeah.
sunscreen.
Yeah, we're going to be making
Sunscreen.
a Bebemos Brandt Beef tallow sunscreen.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Taking
Wait,
over the world.
So it's going to protect me from SPF and make me look like Brad Pitt?
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Fact.
Dude, our lives are all getting so much better today. I'm going to try this damn cheesecake
gonna
and shut
freak out.
shut the hell up. Jackie, what do you have to say?
It's fantastic. It's perfect. I just love it because, like, we've got pastrami, we've got cheesecake, both made with obviously beef products. Those are like two like New York deli staples, and they've just been in the middle of a suburb of San Diego, elevated to their most perfect form. It's delightful.
Damn, man.
Isn't that insane?
You learned a couple things in the military, didn't you?
Little bit.
17 years in the military, DuVal. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much for your
Thank
service,
you.
my friend. This is, all right, so that is a fantastic cheesecake. This is the first of our, we're going to have like 9 names for it at the end of the day. I'm going to rest up the branding. We're calling it the Joven Golden Hour for right now.
Works for
because
now.
Okay, yeah. Or the Bebemos Lugerie. I don't know. We're working on this. It's just we're spit shopping. But this is basically the launch of, a guy I met on the plane that I really liked, really vibed with, and you worked your ass off for 2 years, and you brought San Diego a really good premium product. But Bebemos launches this week in San Diego. Your life is about ready to get very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he's going to need a lot more bones and a lot more marrows and a lot more tallows.
That's
We have fat washing everything. So would you please be part of service of Bebemos as well?
I'm here for it.
All right, sounds good,
That's
man.
it.
That's it. We'll keep on going. We'll show you more restaurants over the next 3 weeks. Before we leave, we always say where our favorite place to eat is that we're not at. 2 people, $50. Preston, where do you go to eat?
2 people, $50.
Or 2 people, $1,000.
Doesn't have to be
Whatever.
50.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's say $50. Yeah. I mean, I'll stay local. Give a shout out to Mario in Lucadia, the Hamburger Hut. You get 2 double huts, shared fries, beer, and a cocktail for under $50, and Brandt Beef burgers. So they're still serving the best beef in the world.
All right.
Another shout out.
Everybody I know that lives up in Lucadia loves that place. You're in Lucadia too, right?
Encinitas, but
You're Encinitas.
close enough.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
How dare you?
One of the
You're
same. R.I.P. to everybody who lost Captain Kino's this year.
It still hurts.
It still hurts.
Still hurts.
We couldn't get off our butts to do it, but I wanted to do a whole documentary about that man closing up that door, and just see him turn that key one last time, and then a couple flies come flying out right after him. It would have been perfect and epic. DuVal, where do you go to eat?
So I was going to say Tanner's Prime Burgers.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
Because that's a given.
low-hanging fruit.
Not
but
allowed.
if I had to choose, it would be Knockout Pizzeria, Mira Mesa,
Okay.
best Sicilian grandma pie
Yeah.
Okay.
since I left New York.
Oh, really?
Yes. And you have to, it takes 2 hours because they make
Okay.
everything fresh.
Yeah.
So I call before I leave work, and it's there by the time I get home.
This is the best tip ever. This is the best day ever.
Alright.
Everything is going so well. I'm
Yeah.
from New York,
Yeah.
and I just appreciate this.
And you won't
knowledge.
find it out here.
All right, Jackie,
Yeah.
where you going?
Definitely not. I'm going to Haven at Fox Point Farms. They have
Nice.
a really nice weekend brunch, and in particular, they have this.
That's your guy, Chef
Shout out to
Kelsey.
Kelsey,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dog.
They have a roasted carrot hummus that sounds really simple, but just the depth and complexity of flavor is just beautiful. And they serve it with these tostones, the smashed fried plantains that my son ended up loving, which I am really proud of a 2-year-old for loving tostones. So yeah, that's the brunch spot right now. It just
Okay.
feels good to eat there because it's well made and it's healthy and you can see the farm and
It does.
it's
It
the
does
vibe.
feel good. I mean, and that's Alex and its chef, Alex Carballo, who's been doing great work in San Diego for a long, long time. If you haven't checked it out, I mean, it is great for kids. They got that slide, that overturned
tractor
tree,
ride.
the
You can feed
tractor
the
rides.
animals.
They got the animals. It's the whole thing.
Great wine list, too.
And
Really
a
great.
Great wine list.
Yeah.
And
Great
it's
tequila list.
Working on it.
All right.
Okay.
Be working on it.
All right, so Haven, we're coming at you with a bottle of Bebemos in a week and a half. I'm going to show up there, just like drenched in tallow. This is all getting
I'm
weird.
excited for your tallow era. You're going to show up at work like
It's
really
start-
glistening.
I think it's starting right now.
Let's see.
All right, so for mine, there's a place in OB opened up by the same guys that own the joint. They opened up Bowl, the Bowl. It's a ramen joint. And they've, to be quite honest with you, I think they were struggling for a little bit at getting it open because it's not like in the corner, like right by the beach.
Right.
And it's not like on a show corner. It's next to the hostel on Newport Avenue. And so it kind of gets lost. But they're doing really, really good work. The kid went across to Japan and studied for, I don't know how long, but he studied, I think it was like a month or a couple months, under a few ramen masters, really learned how to do it. But they got their takoyakis, which is basically a octopus fritter, and they do it in okonomi sauce on it.
Ooh.
It is, and then they put the bonito flakes. I've eaten so much and I'm still salivating, man.
No, the joint is one of
I
my
have
favorite
a-
restaurants, like in San Diego, period, the end. It is actually just
So,
fantastic.
So every year I would ask the top chefs in San Diego, what are your favorite restaurants in San Diego? And every single one of them, a shocking amount of them, said the joint. And I was like, really?
I actually totally believe it. I
And
have to ask though, does the Bowl have better decor? Because listen, I love the joint, like I just said, one of my favorite restaurants in San Diego. But the decor looks a little bit like a Juggalo's living room. You know what I mean?
A Juggalo's living room. Is a great name for a restaurant in and of itself. I like that.
I say that lovingly. I love
Yeah.
many Juggalos, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got all the cats, all the waving ceremonial cats that bring the money.
Yep.
They've got a whole wall of them, kind of like Noble Experiments, Golden Skulls.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Except for these are little kitties. just
That is a
waving at
major
you.
upgrade. I love that. Yeah.
Feels good. But they have there's okonomiyakis, and what else did I get? I got like a side cucumber salad with kimchi, and it was really, really good. Anyways, go check those guys out. The guys behind that do a really good job. This is the beginning of our Bebemos tour. We're going to go eat around town, man.
We're gonna
do
drink
it.
around town
Yeah.
too.
Excited.
Oh, yeah.
I got a few places to show you.
I'm ready.
Okay. I love the fact that you picked first. You can pick second and third. Okay. I want to be led around town.
Fair, let's go.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this would have
All
been on our short list. It was just very funny. Like when we got the email back from Preston, he's like, "Let's try Ranch 45," and we were like, "Well, we're
That's
completely
it.
on the same page."
Anyways,
Actually,
one of my favorite places on the planet. Come down to Ranch 45. Julia, thank you very much for your work, and we'll see you guys next week.